Robbie confident you can narrow it down after that?
Oh yeah, well, we have to do that. It was great, just what we needed. You know, we lack rugby. Our opposition are all playing week to week, and that was, you know, as close to, well, it was a game essentially. So that's good for us in terms of our conditioning, but it was also good for us in terms of exposing the whole group to what we're about. And the reality is, you know, while we've got to settle on a squad tomorrow morning, there's still a pretty high prospect of those that miss out getting a call over the next few weeks. So it's good background for them. And you know, as a group, they've done a bit of work together, and they've competed against each other, which tends to build bonds, and those bonds are going to be important to us.
There were advisors. Did anyone put their hand up and demand selection today?
Oh,
If so,
yeah, mate. I mean, I was looking at different things. We'll go back and pour over the footage, obviously, and we've got till tomorrow morning to settle on our mix. And there's a lot of things we have to consider. You know, we picked up a couple of niggles out of that. I understand they're not too significant, but those things will be important in terms of the balance of the group. And yeah, I mean, there were some blokes who we hadn't seen before who did some good things.
Was there a chance for a tour? Any players you could name?
Tomorrow morning, mate. You know the rules.
Without going into any specific names, did it clarify anything in your mind, or confirm anything, or make you rethink anything?
Oh, obviously, it will do when we sit down and look at the footage. And I've got to, you know, obviously got to include all the other selectors in that. But you get something out of everything. And I guess that'll become clear when we settle on the group. So there's no point in, it'd be premature to be discussing names in that detail now.
There were a few busted eyes and noses and things out there. That was the sheep stations today, wasn't it?
That was great. No, but what was really good was the discipline as well. While there was an intensity in it, and there's a lot of meaning in it, because there was a lot of aspiration in there, I guess, from an individual perspective. The good thing was it didn't deteriorate into self-interest. You know, blokes still thought about their team and how they could serve their team, and those are the traits that we're looking for. And that's what will serve us well. So it would have been easy for it to deteriorate and become ill-disciplined, because we didn't have too many backup players. So if there'd been a yellow card, they were going to have to do the walk of shame and then re-enter, essentially. They were aware of that, but it didn't deteriorate, so that was good. There's two blokes that won't be available to us and have been ruled out of the tour, and they are Nathan Sharp and Nick Cummins. Nick picked up an injury through the week, and he can't be considered, and Sharpie tried hard to be able to be considered, but he's going to require an operation, and he'll have that within the next week.
What was the injury that Nick picked up?
It's a ligament injury in the top of his foot. It's a nasty little ligament that James Hall had last year, you might recall, which took him out for 6 months. So it's not one you can take lightly.
How much of a blow is losing Sharpie for the tour?
Yeah, it's obviously an area where we're not over endowed with depth, so it is a blow. But I guess the good thing for him now is he can go and get the operation, and it won't impact on him in terms of Super Rugby and going forward. It'd be nice to have had him there, but it's an opportunity for someone else.
What about experience-wise?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, that's what he brings. He's historically always played very well in the UK as well.